Ashley Allen here with Roush Fenway's Jack Roush. Jack, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. We've had a good week so far. We're looking to finish it up with 2 good days of racing here Saturday and Sunday. We'll see what we get.
All right, so one of the major storylines this week has been Daytona Rising. There are so many changes, so many renovations. You've been in the industry for almost 30 years now. What has been the biggest change that you've seen in the sport?
Well, this Daytona Rising certainly reflects the confidence that the team owners, or that the track owners have got, ISC has got in the racetrack investment. They spent $400 million putting a brand new infrastructure in, all the new escalators and elevators, and it's wide open behind the seats. Underneath the grandstands, there's ample room for people to move and for vehicles to move that they never had before.
So you got your start in NASCAR with performance parts. What have you seen, how have you seen the cars, the technology, all of that change over the years?
Well, when we started IndyCar racing and Formula One racing, we're in a technology warp that was completely different than stock car racing. And stock car racing has taken most of the attributes of the technologies of the other two and advanced them beyond my imagination.
So Greg Biffle is one of your guys' veteran drivers. He'll be racing on Sunday in the Daytona 500, of course. What would it mean for you for him to get a big win, not only in the Daytona 500, but this season?
Well, that would be great. The championship chase is organized to put a premium on winning a race. If you win a race, you're sure of a race for a championship. So winning a race gets a high priority of what we're doing. But looking at Daytona here, we're really excited about Greg's prospect getting started. I often say, we're leading the points right now. Nobody has 1 point more than us in any of the categories. So we're anxious to preserve that and we'll get a win if we can.
Now, Greg is one of the drivers that pretty much grew up in the Roush system. What was it like watching him, throughout his career?
Well, he was ambitious and outrageous as a youngster. I think he was 28 years old when he came, which in today's world is not all that young, but it took him a long time to get his shot. He was in Florida, camped on the West Coast, and it was hard to get a clear vision of the NASCAR people in the Charlotte area and the Daytona area on the East Coast from people that are out there. But he finally got his shot, and Benny Parsons was a friend of mine, found him in something called Winter Heat that he was competing in Arizona, and told me I just had to give him a seat. He was ready and he was able, and that I needed him bad. And first time I had an opportunity, I put him in a seat in the 1990s in a truck, and he did a great job. And of course, he won a championship in the Truck Series and in the what was the Nationwide Series at that time. And he's ready to be the first winner of all 3 series. No driver has won in the Truck Series, the Saturday race Nationwide Series, or the Xfinity Series today, and of course the Sprint Cup Series. So he's got 1 championship in front of him. We're hoping that we can get it in 2016.
So in addition to your veteran drivers, you guys also have a good number of young drivers. Trevor Bayne obviously winning the Daytona 500 in 2011. What has it been like having those guys on your team?
Well, it's been great. We've been a company that promotes from within and finds drivers that are anxious to establish themselves. We've not been a company that a race team that hired other people's drivers away from them. So we've enjoyed building the careers for Mark Martin and for Kurt Busch and for Matt Kenseth and Greg. And of course, we look forward to the success that's in front of us for Ricky Stenhouse and for Trevor as well.
So you guys have made a lot of changes over the offseason, both to personnel and equipment. What have those changes looked like?
Well, we've added 3 different positions in our org chart for managers. Software, we've got a new software manager. We've got a new super manager for aerodynamics, and we've got another hardware guy. So R&D guy. So we've filled some positions that we didn't realize we needed before that we think will give us an edge in 16 and beyond.
So looking back at 2015, what were 2 or 3 major things that you realized that season that needed to be changed for 2016?
Well, we needed our software for the simulations to perform better, and so we had a new Damola-based software for 2015 that we didn't really have our arms around. We think that the folks we added in that department will help with that. And aerodynamics, we've got a different air package for 16, aerodynamic package, than we had for 15. But we really didn't react to the changes that were presented to us as an opportunity as quickly as we might have in 15, and so we added people, and we're ready to make a run at it in 16.
And what are you hoping for this season?
Well, we'd like to win a championship in Xfinity as well as in Sprint Cup, and we'd like to win races with all of our drivers.
All right, thanks for talking with us, Jack.
Thank you, dear.